So welcome to my little devlog. I've been using a combination of Godot and Blender, and they're great for the most part, but it really shows that they're free programs. Like every couple of weeks, I don't know why this happens, but it's like my whole entire project gets corrupted somehow, and all the graphics, everything just turns into this like fractal or I don't know. You can see on the screen now, it's just like these shards of black, or here for the shotgun example, like the whole model
All
is
of this
missing.
just
And no
works.
matter what I do, like I cannot recover the game. And like this LMG right here, like it just turned like, what is that? It used to look like a machine gun, and now it just looks like an iceberg or something. And I thought this was because I used to like not shut down my computer. I used to put it on hibernate, so I thought maybe it was like using up all the RAM or VRAM or some shit. But no, I started shutting off my computer a couple weeks later, another crash like this. And if I didn't have any backups, I'd have to start over. So like imagine if you put like 600-700 hours into the game and something like that happened. And if you know why this is happening, let me know in the comments. I would love to learn more, because I don't want to blame the program if it's something that I'm doing. And then the Mixamo to Blender to Godot pipeline is horrible. If you don't know what Mixamo is, it's a website that automatically, it can give you like free models, like generic models, but it also like puts bones and animations to whatever model you import over there. So let me actually explain how convoluted this is. If you download a model from the internet, you need to bring it into Blender to decimate it so that you can bring the vertice and the poly count down. Then you need to export it so that you can bring it into Mixamo, but you can't export it with its textures on, otherwise Mixamo won't recognize it. Then once you get your animations and your bones from Mixamo, you need to download, let's say you have 7 animations, you need to download them all separately and then bring them all into Blender, and then all the animations will be saved on one. It'll be saved in your animation tab, and then you can delete the other models, and all your animations will be set to the one model you have left. Sounds confusing because kinda is. So I did all of that, and then like this samurai character, for example, he just wigged out. He's turning purple and green. The bones he's got are stuck in some kind of animation, and it doesn't fit his body, and I can't get him to do any animations. So I just redid the whole thing, and then it worked the second time. So it's that kind of janky stuff you get with free programs, or it's something that it's a lack of knowledge without a tutorial out there. But I did follow the tutorial. I did it twice. For some reason it worked the second time and not the first. That's just kind of janky, but I'm still thankful there are free programs that are pretty damn good, even if you have to deal with some of these issues. And another thing that took me forever is to learn how to like attach weapons to your character. And again, I followed tutorials for that, and you got to sit through a 13-minute tutorial to get like maybe 2 sentences worth of answers. Ended up just going to Chat GPT, and it just wrote it out for me, and then I wrote that down and got a system for that now, so I figured that out. That's not so much the program's fault, it's just the state of tutorials on YouTube, let's say. 4 minutes of intro, 4 minutes of outro, and then you might get your answer somewhere in there. And this is me sculpting the face of one of the characters that's going to be in my game. I'll show you the finished product. The finished product looks less scary, I promise. But it's supposed to look like Scully from X-Files. And if you're ever using Blender and you're wondering like why people can sculpt, and you go to try it and it doesn't work, it's because you didn't subdivide enough, you didn't add enough triangles to sculpt. So if your shape has too few polygons, you won't be able to use the sculpting tab pretty much. And again, I'm doing this with a mouse, not an iPad or anything, a touchpad. And later on, you can see like her chin kind of looks like a Spartan helmet. I cut that off to make it look more human-like and less, not as much in the uncanny valley. I also smooth out her hair, make it look more like hair, add a normal map to it. And then I tried finding on the internet like a pre-done businesswoman suit, but I couldn't find a good one, so I just ended up 3D modeling that too. And this is what the final product looks like. I ended up giving her some animations from Mixamo, and then I ended up animating her lips separately. So I kind of used that animate trick where like the the lips just go, or the mouth just goes up and down, and for some reason, like, our brain puts that together with whatever words are coming out, and it looks all right. So yeah, the animations are from Mixamo except for the lips. And putting eyes on a character for some reason just looked really creepy. So I just put glasses on her with no eyeballs behind, like sunglasses, and you can't tell. It looks pretty good, actually. This is the second model I made. The first model I tried making was a copy of a Hell Knight. And you know, these are the Hell Knights. I did the animations myself. Obviously it looks like crap, but you know, for your first attempt in Blender and animation and all that, it's not bad. You know, Scully's already looking better, and that's my only, you know, that's only my second attempt. Things can look way better when, you know, you find out you can actually sculpt after you add more triangles to everything. Yeah, needless to say, the Hell Knight got replaced by the Samurai for one of the melee enemies. And I know this is a nitpick, but what's with the 3D editor view, like having forklift controls? And what I mean by that is like the ass end moves. So it just makes it completely fucked to move around. Everything takes longer. You got to be like forklift certified to get to where you want in the editor. I guess I wasn't the only one that had this issue, because there's like an add-on that makes your 3D viewer more like Blender, or you pivot from the front. And I don't know what it is, but and I don't know if I'm doing everything wrong, but whenever I download half the add-ons from the asset library, they don't work. They say there are conflicting files and they won't be downloaded, and they just don't work. And I also don't know how to uninstall them. But maybe that's just me, I don't know. And there's also a graphical issue where there's just like a white light that consumes the screen. I never caught it on footage, but sometimes it's just a flash of white light, and other times it's just like a ball of white light that consumes the whole screen no matter where you turn. It just turns white. I don't know. I know they're free products, but can you really blame me for wanting stuff to just work? And other parts of it is me. I get it. I don't know all the ins and outs, but I would like things to just work. Don't even get me started on all the convoluted menus and bullshit that goes along with Blender. Stuff you would never know unless you looked it up.